Here on British Wrestling Weekly, we are in Hull City Hall, and it is time for the open challenge for the NGW Tag Team Championships. As Britain's biggest tag team make their way to the ring, Styx and Colossus Kennedy may be as close as anyone to an unbeatable team here in British Wrestling. The question for them tonight, though, is how on earth do you prepare for a championship match if you don't know who your opponents are going to be? Alongside former British heavyweight champion Alex Shane. And Alex, I said a moment ago, these guys may be as close to unbeatable as anyone in British wrestling. That's pretty much true, isn't it?
Well, they're the UK's biggest tag team, and because of that, they have a massive, massive advantage over any opponent that they get in the ring with. You know, Styx is a big man, and Colossus is even bigger. But the disadvantage they have, as you said earlier, how do you prepare for opponents that you do not even know? NGW has an open door policy, which means when you throw out an open challenge, you may get anyone from around the wrestling world. It's a big, big risk.
Alex, let's be clear on this. They weren't forced into this situation. Styx and Kennedy have chosen to issue this open challenge. So if they put themselves at a disadvantage here, they've got no one to blame but themselves.
Well, talk about being fighting champions. You're completely right. They asked for this stipulation. It's something that they've been successful with in the past, and as a consequence, they have a really, really big advantage in some senses because they know what it's like to go in the ring against opponents they don't know. However, it's a very good time to mention the reason they are two-time tag team champions is because they previously lost those belts against the London Riots, and that day was in an open challenge environment just like this.
Maybe that's part of the reason they're doing what they're doing tonight. They want to prove that that was a fluke. And when they issue an open challenge, 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, they will be victorious. That's the mission for the NGW Tag Team Champions right here on NGW British Wrestling Weekly. Look at the size of that man.
He's a big, big guy. You know, it's not until you stand next to Colossus Kennedy you realise the sheer size of this man. But Styx, what, 6'4", 260, maybe 270 pounds of muscle. Look at the size of this guy, and he looks small next to Colossus Kennedy. So whoever it is that's going to accept this challenge, Dave, they better be prepared for a fight, and a big fight at that.
Who on earth would want this fight?
Well, we are just moments away from finding out.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let us all find out who has accepted the open challenge.
I would like to, at this point, make a prediction, but I am completely in the dark. I wouldn't even know where to be. Hold on.
Well, that logo looks familiar.
I've seen that before, and hold on, but he doesn't even work in. Dave,
Well, still no one emerging from backstage, but there is, as you can hear, music playing.
Well, I'm going to say it now. That logo is the logo of Lionheart, Scottish wrestler Lionheart. I mean, is that? Oh, it's Kid Fight and Lionheart.
Kid Fight and Lionheart coming down from Scotland to challenge for the NGW Tag Team titles.
Well, the last time we saw Kid Fight and Lionheart, it was when Team Scotland took on Team England, and it was a kind of an inter-country spectacle on this programme, but Lionheart not a regular part of the NGW roster. So this is a surprise, and these two guys are most famously now associated with another wrestling company, so to see them here, this is a pretty big deal.
Almost like they're an invading force in NGW, and last time they came here, as you say, Alex, they certainly made waves. Lionheart was challenging Nathan Cruz for the NGW Championship. That all broke down, ended up in an 8-man tag with the title on the line, and Cruz only just escaped with the belt that night.
Yeah, and also you've got to mention Lionheart had that match, a rematch with Nathan Cruz in a singles contest, and Lionheart actually interjected himself, jumped the guard barrier and challenged Cruz. So Lionheart is not a stranger to this environment where he just surprises everybody, but these two are two rugged, tough veterans and brawlers, so the champions have got a fight on their hands.
Certainly they give away a good amount in weight to the champions, the Lionheart and Kid fight, but as you say, they've been in a couple of street fights in their life, haven't they?
You've got to believe they have, but Styx looks prepared, Colossus looks confident, and these two, wow. This is our first tag team match of the series, and you can see Lionheart and Kid Fight making no friends in the whole City Hall.
Again, they're not regulars here. You know, the fans here in NGW are not going to take kindly, you've got to assume, to these outsiders coming in, thinking they can surprise our tag team champions and just snatch the gold away.
Well, particularly against Styx and Colossus, who are loved, but that's what we've got now. So we have a tag team match. Wow. Yeah, you can really see the size difference there. Hold on.
Now what's going on?
That's Joe Hendry. How?
Well, this has got to just be some kind of malfunction with our audio. What?
He's here, Dave. Joe Hendry, even Lionheart looks surprised.
It's a couple of minutes late. The challenge has already been answered, Joe. You're too late.
The reason is you two go about calling yourselves Britain's biggest tag team, and in my mind, you're just bullies, because pound for pound, you outweigh them, and that is not fair. So what I'm suggesting is how about we just insert 230 pounds of Joe Hendry and make this a 3-on-2 match?
That's not how it works.
Dave, well, it's underway. I mean, it's referee Craig Anderson, is he going to allow? I mean, it's an open challenge. I mean, an open challenge, you don't have any contract signed.
Yeah, but it's a tag team challenge. 2-on-2. Tag team means 2-on-2.
Yeah, but look at the ring. It looks like Styx and Colossus Kennedy well in hand as far as this one goes.
Well, I mean, I guess if the champions don't have a problem with it, then maybe we're going to proceed here. But certainly very tortured logic from Joe Hendry.
Crowd want to see it.
Let's do it!
Well, so I guess Styx formally accepting this 3-on-2 match. Again, is this the confidence, possibly the overconfidence of Britain's biggest tag team getting the better of them?
Well, I was going to say, Dave, being the champions really makes you confident. It does give you go into the ring with a big advantage. You either have to be pinned or you have to submit. The belts don't change hands in a disqualification, and they don't change hands on a count out, and that gives you the confidence of having to be beat to lose those belts. But with a 3-on-2, Dave, that is a big gamble.
Already, again, you're seeing the advantage of that 3-on-2 because in the corner there, Styx was distracted by looking at the other two guys, and Lionheart was able to come in from behind and gain the advantage at the very beginning.
And I don't envy referee Craig Anderson. You know, after last week's match, and what a match it was between Sami Callihan and Mark Haskins, Steve Linsky, who had previously been criticised for a count-out conclusion to British Wrestling's Ultimate Showdown, let Callihan and Haskins go, in my opinion, too far. And the day after that match, Haskins collapsed. He's okay now, but you've got to believe that the referees have been briefed and informed to keep things as close to the rules as possible. And how to do that in this one, Dave?
Right, enormous pressure on our referees. On one hand, they've got to let this flow and let as many matches reach their conclusion as possible, but they also have a responsibility towards the well-being of the competitors in the ring. As As you say, Haskins all right now, but collapsing from utter exhaustion as far as we can tell after that epic confrontation with Sami Callihan.
And Joe Hendry, while we were talking, Joe Hendry made a very smart tag there. You know, Joe Hendry has already had a tryout for the WWE, and many people see him as the biggest star in Scotland right now, aside from Grado. And Grado has become a worldwide phenomenon in TNA. So for Joe Hendry, as young as he is and as new as he is to pro wrestling, to be in that bracket is a massive compliment.
Well, we've got to go to a commercial break. We'll be right back. Back here on NGW British Wrestling Weekly in this bizarre 3-on-2 situation in the NGW Tag Team Title Open Challenge continues, Alex.
And I've got to say, we saw it as clear as day there that Lionheart used a closed fist there on Styx, but referee Craig Anderson letting it go, and all through the commercial break, Styx has been in the wrong part of town. I know it's a cliche, a metaphor, but Styx really is in a 3-on-1 situation all on his own.
Styx and Colossus Kennedy had no problem accepting this handicap match before the break, but Styx surely must be regretting it now, as these frequent tags from the Scottish challengers really putting a real punishment on one half of the tag team champions.
Well, we're seeing now the downside to being a champion in NGW, because as soon as this show went global, you had wrestlers from all over the world wanting the opportunity. So if you've got championship gold in NGW, you've got to believe that you're going to be at the front of some open challenges, particularly with the open door policy.
Styx fighting back against Kid Fight and Lionheart, and fight goes into Lionheart. Styx with an opportunity, and Hendry trying to cut him off, but Styx stopped that. But again though, ultimately that 3-man advantage was enough to stop Styx from getting anywhere near his own corner.
And Colossus Kennedy, he, unfortunately for him, he's been kept on the outside for so long, and you can hear this crowd, they want Styx to make that tag, but Colossus Kennedy has not been able to get out of that corner.
And he wants in badly, doesn't he? Look at him, fidgeting on the corner, so desperate he is to get in there and put a beating on to these challengers.
And they really are extracting every single nanosecond of the 5-second rule, and it looks like it's being used just to distract Craig Anderson here.
Again, Kennedy getting frustrated, trying to enter the fray, but really, at the referee's discretion, they're playing within the rules here as long as the ref says so. You are allowed those 5 seconds after making a tag. Styx with a shoulder block, takes down Kid Fight.
And now there's a chance, and a real chance. You see here on our replay, Styx may have the ability now to make this worm turn, but he is a long way from that corner.
Being hit by a bus, that shoulder block from Styx as Kid Fight makes the tag. Colossus is in! Colossus is in! He's going to have to take on 3 men.
And he's fresh, Dave. He is fresh. He's been on the outside for this entire match. And now this invading force at NGW are going to feel the champion.
Stacking him up in the corner is Colossus Kennedy. Kid Fight getting in the way. He's going to regret that. Kennedy sends Fight into the corner of his bodies, and a triple avalanche in the corner.
Wow. And look at Hendry. Vulnerable position from... Oh, that may have been a mistake.
But why on earth is Styx tagging back in so quickly?
That may have been a mistake. But... Oh, Dave, he's got him in that choke slam.
Maybe trying for a double team move here, but Kennedy removed from the ring by the other 2 of these challengers. It's Hendry who's in there with Styx. Styx has still got to be exhausted. Oh, but hang on, here comes Styx! Oh. Styx takes out 2 men.
But what toll has that taken on one half of the NGW Tag Team Champions? Styx has taken a beating for over 10 minutes, and he's running on pure adrenaline and potentially the fear of losing his belts.
Seems to be drawing off this crowd, and as you say, he's got a second win, but how long can that last, having been subject to so much physical abuse for, as you say, 10 minutes before that?
Well, he's moving slower than normal, but he's setting up for the spear, and if he hits this, Dave, this could be big trouble for this invading force in Team Insane Fight Club. Oh.
Styx goes into the corner, he missed with the spear. Meanwhile, the Lionheart hits Hendry, Styx on the spear!
He's got him, Dave! And look at Lionheart. Lionheart is out. You see on our replay here, look. Hey, look at the force of this.
Stickler isn't going for the cover. Lionheart being given time to recover. I'm not even sure who the legal man is.
Well, there's no referee to count the cover. Referee Craig, he's losing control of this. Oh, Dave!
Oh, Hendry, what was that? Hendry had the belt. Hendry had the belt. Cover.
No way.
Oh my God. My God. Joe Hendry just robbed the tag team champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, and New Generation Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the team of Keith Alex, Lionheart, and Joe Hendry.
Can you believe in the first tag team championship match of this season? In fact, in the first tag team match of this season, we have brand new NGW tag team champions, and look, they're trading the belts around amongst themselves. How is this going to be rectified?
There's three of them and two belts. It fundamentally does not work. And also, look how they won it. They cheated. Joe Hendry, you see it here, knocking sticks out cold, and that is how the championship changed hands.
Well, I'm not sure. With a new emphasis on the rules here in NGW, I don't know whether or not this title change is going to stick, because this is a crazy situation.
Well, you know, this gang of thugs came down from Scotland before. Last time they were here, as we said earlier, they tried to take away the NGW Championship from Nathan Cruz. They were narrowly unsuccessful there, but Alex, they've had the last laugh. They've come back here and they have stolen the tag team titles.
Well, talk about a coup. You know, when that happened with Team Scotland against Team NGW, there was only one country watching, and that was England. And now there's 36 countries watching, and as you said, they certainly have got the last laugh, because they're going to walk back out of this building and up to Scotland with British Wrestling's most televised tag team prize in their bags.
And they're not even under contract. They're not under contract with NGW.
This is a bad scene. Yeah, look at the look on Stick's face.